It's important that when coming into a heat load situation, and this is going to occur in Queensland here in particular in summertime. It's going to occur most likely in January and February, and it's important to have your pens clean so that you haven't got excess wet muddy patches. It's important that there be no free water in the pens, so you've got to have all your drainage well looked after. And if you do that, when you do get an event where you have wet pens, you will be dealing with it for a shorter period of time.
There has been a perception by some that cooling with a fine spray of water could aid cooling.
Spraying cattle is not the way to go. You must be able to reduce the amount of humidity within the pen, and that's why we need to keep the manure depth shallow so that we can get that pen to dry out as quickly as possible. Adding water, unless you're actually hosing the cattle down, showering them, that's been tried, and it's proved to be a detrimental way of dealing with heat stress.
Well, it's a crucial thing in terms of being able to, particularly in those heat load periods where you do get those thunderstorms or rain events, and increased manure load certainly provides discomfort for the cattle in those events. And I guess we've learnt over the years that if you manage your pens properly, you can manage your manure load without actually increasing too much the cost of production, I suppose. You get that compromise where you're not running around chasing manure all the time, but you're actually keeping your manure loads down to an acceptable level.
Well, I think that we've found that keeping the pens as clean as possible is probably one of the biggest factors that influence heat stress. And as I mentioned before, the items really are pen maintenance or pen cleaning, using the motel type philosophy that when a new pen of cattle arrives, that pen is cleaned prior to them being there. We run a continuous pen cleaning operation through summer, so the pens are being cleaned on a daily basis, and with a rotation of approximately 14 to 16 days. So the pens are, we're trying to minimise as much manure as we possibly can. Our biggest issue here is dust.